Yeah, mentoring has been really helpful for me on both aspects of it. So for having mentors, maybe I'll start there. I always found that very valuable, because frankly, you learn through experiences. We're all a function of the experiences that we've had, and so having different mentors, you can almost learn from their experiences without having to have those experiences yourself, especially on the negative side, right? If something negative happened to them, you can certainly learn from them. On the positive side, hopefully you share in those experiences.
I don't know that I've come across very many situations where I've necessarily gotten conflicting advice in the sense that I have a gut feeling for what feels right for what I want to do based on their advice, and I've sort of gone with it. And I think that's important. You get advice all day long, but you know who you are and how you would handle a situation that would make you feel comfortable. So that's sort of how I've done it.
Mentoring doesn't have to be that formal. It's building a relationship with someone, asking them for advice on certain situations, just getting to know them on a more personal level as opposed to just purely work. I don't know that mentor is just always one person either. You may have different mentors for different aspects of your job.
For me, it was just nice to have a woman in upper management to kind of bounce ideas off of, or say, hey, I think that this happened in a meeting. Am I being sensitive? Has this happened to you before? Because I think a lot of things at work, she's not a Black woman, but even being a woman, sometimes you don't know, like, did this person cut me off because he doesn't respect me as a woman, or was it a accident? Like, am I feeling this way? Is it appropriate? I think sometimes it's really important to have those type of people who you can talk to candidly about things that are going on in work, and that can walk you through different scenarios that may not be, I guess, appropriate to bring up in, a regular work setting. That's been very impactful for me.
As far as like mentorship opportunities, a lot of times some of the most helpful things I've found is like usually like my boss's boss will set up meetings with everyone. Usually I think once or twice a year to just sort of check in, and I'll have regular check-ins with my boss as well. But I've noticed that, those check-in meetings are a great opportunity to ask for, what advice would you have for someone like me, or for, if I have XYZ goals, like, what do you think I should do to get there, stuff like that.
So I would say, as far as kind of the mentoring goes, maybe early on in your career, it's a little bit more well-defined. But as you kind of progress through your career, your mentor starts kind of becoming your boss and just your coworkers that you've worked with over the past years. And part of it is just as you kind of build more and more relationships and networking, then you just kind of develop these natural mentors. Be like, okay, who can I trust to kind of help me make the decision, or who can I talk to for advice? So the lines between like a manager and a mentor starts blurring more and more compared to when you're kind of fresh out of college.
Right. I have mentors. I have one mentor in my company, and then I have mentors outside of my company, to advise me on different things. I have mentors that are in the actuarial profession, some that are not as well. But I think having mentors is key to progress in your career, making sure that you don't stall. That sometimes we stay for so long and you need someone to tell you, oh, it's time for you to apply for that promotion. Sometimes you don't think you can do it. Sometimes you need a mentor to break those maybe habits or things that you don't know you could do that you can.
And I would say that the relationships that I have that most closely resemble a mentor relationship do just develop naturally, I guess, from working with people in other departments. So like I have people that I have met while, if I'm working on a project with someone in claims or in pricing or product management, I develop contacts that way. And that, like, a lot of networking can occur just in day-to-day project work. And if you make an effort to keep in contact with those people, then that's how I have maintained, I guess, the network of people I go to for advice.
Yeah, mentoring has been huge for my career. The jobs that I've had, and I've probably had 4 or 5 different jobs across 3 different types of work, as we talked about. But all the jobs I had were because of the relationships I built, and I was lucky enough early in my career to have good mentors, and those mentors were typically my boss in most instances, and it could be somebody that was a level above my boss that just got to see my work and took an interest in me. And many times at a company, there's development programs. So part of it was the mentors would say, you need to, take some time and go to this development program. But it was all about the people I met that invited me into opportunities. And the key was me getting to know them and them getting to know me and taking time, probably even outside of just the regular work I was doing, to get to really know somebody.